past week, yet another fire caused by an exploding e-bike battery claimed the lives of New Yorkers. This one started after midnight Tuesday in an e-bike shop on the Lower East Side. It spread quickly to the apartments above. 4 people were killed, 2 more were critically injured, and dozens were displaced. But as devastating as this was, it was also not surprising. About halfway through 2023, the FDNY reports at least 108 fires have been caused by e-bike batteries, resulting in 13 deaths. There were just 2 deaths through the first half of last year. To make matters worse, the store had been fined several times for unsafe storage and charging of those lithium-ion batteries. A few months ago, the city did enact new e-bike regulations, but clearly more needs to be done. Joining me to talk about it is Councilman Chris Marte. He represents the impacted area of the Lower East Side, and this morning he's going on the record. Councilman Marte, thank you for joining us. Let's just get right into this, because you've had a lot of neighbors who were impacted by this, and not just those who lost loved ones. How's your community doing?
You know, unfortunately, we did lose 4 individuals. It's been sad. There's a lot of fear going around in the community, and people are concerned of whether their building is next. And so my office has been on the ground supporting not only the tenants that have been displaced, but making sure that people in the community understand what the city is doing and how we can serve them.
And when we spoke just a few hours after this fire happened, you said the council was already in discussions about potential new regulations, including looking at e-bike shops specifically. What can you tell us about the evolution of those discussions? What sort of changes might we see?
So we passed a package of legislation just a few months ago, and now there's conversation of doing much more. For example, I think we desperately need a trade-in program. Right now, stores can't sell uncertified batteries anymore, thanks to Councilmember Oswald Felice for his legislation. But now we still know that there's thousands of them on our streets. And the only way we're going to get them off is by allowing folks to trade it in for a protected certified battery. And I think that's what we have to do to make sure that every shop, every bicycle is safe.
Is there any consideration being given to addressing the specific scenario that made it so deadly, as you heard the fire commissioner say just there, not allowing these bike shops to be below so many tenants? Is that even possible in, a community like yours that's so dense?
Yeah, it's hard to regulate that, and it's hard to regulate what happens on a minute-by-minute basis. We heard the mayor just a few days ago say that they're going to do inspection every 12 hours, and so that's definitely going to help inspect a lot of these locations and make sure they're following the right protocols. But we just got to make sure that these uncertified batteries that are really catching on fire aren't there. And so that's why we have to act really fast.
I want to get into the exchange program in a moment, but first I want to talk about some exclusive reporting that we'd done actually late last week. We were talking with Senator Gillibrand's office, and she just secured $25 million for a program where at 53 NYCHA developments there would be these safe storage and charging areas. Take a listen to what she had to say, and then we'll chat about it. Okay.
We want these charging stations to be safe. We want to have them be able to be outside people's homes. It'll make a difference.
So it'll make a difference if it's just not near the home. Is this a sort of program that is necessary and that the city should maybe supercharge with some funding?
It's definitely necessary. And actually, our Senator Charles Schumer and Mayor Eric Adams announced the first one of these hubs just right outside of City Hall at an old convenience store shop. And so having these locations where we know batteries can be safely charged are going to be a game changer, and it's going to add confidence and insurance to families, to delivery workers, that they have the proper equipment.
So this exchange program, talk to me a little bit about what this looks like, because obviously this is something that is expensive. Would it just be the batteries? Would it be these cases with individual fire suppression for that bike shops can take to safely charge? Where's the conversation headed? How much do you think this would cost?
So right now, it has to be the batteries. That's the first step we have to take. It's really hard to estimate the cost. We just don't know how much is out there. We did pass a few legislations to add some reporting and data to understand what's in the market, what's on the street. Can we, make sure that we can decrease the amount of illegal refurbished ion batteries that are out there? So that's going to take some time to develop, but I think we just need to act fast. We saw the price of one of these explosions just this past week. And so regardless of how much it's going to cost our city, it's an investment of safety and secure.
Well, because these are really, maybe competing interests isn't the right word here, but a lot of people depend on these for their livelihoods. I imagine you could outline that better than me. I mean, you must have a lot of constituents that this is their job. This is how they make a living, correct?
Yeah, of course. You know, Lower East Side and Chinatown, many families depend on delivery, on their job as delivery workers. And that's why I think we also have to be aggressive on these third-party apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats to make sure that they mandate their workers to have safe battery and safe equipment overall to make sure that these workers are protected.
That's interesting, flowing through the apps, and I know that New York City's been cutting edge in regulating companies like Uber, mainly the driving side, but that's an interesting way to go. Let's talk about the 311 changes that the mayor and the fire commissioner announced. I believe you were at that announcement, correct?
I was, yeah.
So tell me why you believe that will make an immediate difference.
It gives the confidence and the education that anyone can report if they see something that's unkosher or something that's not what we would think is proper protocol when it comes to charging. And this is going to increase how quickly FDNY officer goes to the location and make sure that there is a dangerous situation in place. By cutting it 2 days, more than 2 days, from 72 hours to 12 hours, it's going to really help save lives and make sure that we can single out the bad actors, because there are some good actors. There are some people that are following the law, only selling certified batteries and taking the proper protocols for charging them.
And just to button it up real quick here, will this response actually get to the heart of the bad actors? And I ask that because the FDNY was fully aware of this particular bad actor. And I say that they were fined in 2021, they were fined in 2022. So does a faster turnaround time really solve that problem?
It helps a little bit, but we need new legislation, new enforcement measures to not only identify who are the bad actors, but to make sure that they're not selling any more of these illegal, uncertified batteries. And so it's definitely going to help to single out who are the bad actors and who continues to do bad practices, but we need to add a lot more teeth to make sure that we can close these shops if they're not following
Councilmember Marte, thank you for joining us. We will definitely follow up. I don't think this issue, unfortunately, is going anywhere.